Hola, my loves. How are you? It's mid-afternoon and it's a Friday, and so some of you are like looking at the clock, or if you're working from home, you're looking at the clock there on the computer, and you're like tickety tock, tickety tock, tickety tock. Please hurry up and become 5 p.m. I know it because I've been there. All right, so sometimes on a Friday afternoon, we need just a little bit of mid-after motivation. And so I was playing around with another new deck. I just like love cards. I think I like collect them. Like other people might collect Beanie Babies, I collect decks of cards. So anyway, these are by Cheryl Lee Harnish. They are called Divine Guidance. Divine Guidance. And so I was like, well, let's just do a little bit of motivation in the afternoon on Friday, getting ready for I'm hoping it's a wonderful weekend. I was outside enjoying the weather, and I certainly hope this weekend is as beautiful as it is today, if that makes any sense, right? All right, so we're using the divine guidance, and all we're looking for is what kind of insight do you have to get me through the rest of this afternoon until I can like clock out from my job. My job never ends. I'm usually, if I'm not doing this, then I'm in session. If I'm not in this or in a session, I'm working on another creative project that's usually associated with whatever we're doing here. So, okay, I'm like, all right, girlfriend, come on. These cards kind of have a feminine feel to them. All right, so let's take a look at this card. And I'm kind of laughing because this card has like jumped out of the deck several times today. So I am now under the impression that this card actually has a pretty significant meaning to it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at this card. Now, I'm going to kind of laugh here a little bit. Let me just bring it up and make it really big. Okay, so here's the card. And of course, it's hearts. And hearts always kind of like make me a little bit nervous. For many, 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 many moons, for many years, hearts always kind of, and I'm not going to, I'm serious when I say this, hearts kind of grossed me out. Not like the heart as in the human heart. I was always fascinated with that. But the shape of the heart, I would just, I wasn't into it. So as a young girl growing up, everybody thinks young girls and young teenage girls like hearts. I did not. And so it wasn't much until I was older. In fact, it wasn't until after my conversion that at that time that I really started to embrace the energy of the heart. Now, so I'm kind of laughing because this card is, like I said, has like been thrown at me a couple of times today. So I need to, kind of meditate on this for a brief moment and go, is this for me or is this for everybody? All right, so I like these cards because these cards are just the picture. There's no little prompt to it or whatever. And I believe I'm a Carl Jung girl and Sigmund Freud, and they believe that everybody is intuitive. Everybody is intuitive. And that sometimes all we need is a picture to jog that memory or to open up that flow of intuition. So this picture is kind of, it's really kind of making me laugh in a good way. But let's take a look at it again. Okay. So this is our mid-afternoon. And this is to learn to operate from the heart is one of the most single important things that we can do. And it's time for us to activate our heart chakra to its fullest potential. Spirit is asking that you take time to sit within the energy of your heart and learn to breathe through your heart while you meditate by focusing your breath in your heart. Feel the loving energy you inhale and allow it to fill you, and let each exhale also be love-filled. And feel this love filling the space around you through this daily exercise. You become one with your heart mind, operating fully from a place of love. Okay, so that's the book. Okay, that's the book reasoning on it. And I normally kind of chuck books to the side, but I kept the book on this one, the guidebook, because I really learned to understand what perspective do people have when they are creating these cards or they're writing through there. So I like to look at it from that perspective. And that's why I keep the guidebooks. I personally don't use the guidebooks very often. I'm laughing on this particular because I'm a Reiki master, and there is a Reiki meditation that we do that essentially does this. And so I was like, wow, we're all, even though we may not be on the same path, we're on the same wavelength with that when you're thinking about things to that effect. So anyway, but when I look at this card and I see these hearts and I see multiple layers, let's look at this again. And you see multiple layers of the heart. Okay, so we have like these purplish, then pink, and then greens and yellows and blues again, etc. So there's multiple layers. And the meaning on this card for me, and what I'm going to share for the motivation this afternoon, is that love comes in many layers. And just because we love something doesn't mean that we are eternally and continually embraced in with that. That love can be very, very close and intimate, and that love can be, and that you can love from afar. Just be love. So I hope you enjoyed my Friday afternoon motivation, and peace, love, and harmony. I hope you have a most wonderful weekend.